Hello, my name's Michael Keneally, and this video tells us all about how to rise above our pressures and shine following the December new moon. The new moon of December the 20th, 2025 needs to be understood deeply and work with strongly and positively. I now describe the key energies, and I suggest you do some journeying to identify the pressures and worries or fears and problems that you might be under now. Write those down. Then do vision work to identify what the fuller, more spiritual, more powerful you looks like. Then make the intention to arise as that person and to dispel the pressures and fears and to shine more in our full karmic potential. So basically, the sun and the moon join at 4 degrees Vedic Sagittarius using the Vedic sidereal zodiac. That's 28 Western Sagittarius using the Western tropical zodiac. Now, the first thing to know about is that the day before, the sun actually transited over galactic center, the energy center of our galaxy, thus connecting us to a cosmic powerhouse, a portal of universal knowledge. It's there, but it may be obscured by all our, fears and issues. So can we, each of us, open to that spiritual powerhouse energy as far as that's individually possible for us, and through doing the work I'm suggesting. But the second thing to be aware of is that Sagittarius has an energy of connection to higher spiritual knowledge. It's ruled by divine Jupiter. And in terms of the nakshatra, the Vedic lunar sign within the sign of Sagittarius, the new moon falls in Mula Nakshatra. And Mula Nakshatra has an energy of death and rebirth. Its presiding deity, it's ruled over by Niriti, the goddess of death and destruction, the graveyard goddess. Fully appreciate that death and rebirth energy and time. And the third thing, most certainly to be utterly aware of, is that Uranus is conjunct asteroid Sedna at this time. Uranus is the energy of revolution. Sedna is the energy of terrible events. But as the meaning of asteroid Sedna states, well, it's this, that if we can handle the terrible events and pressures and fears, etc., then we will reap a harvest. Sedna was an Eskimo goddess who was treated terribly by her father. He even arranged a marriage for her and took her there by boat against her will, and when she clung to the boat he cut off her fingers. But the fact that she was able to survive through the terrible things meant that she developed a great spiritual harvest of awareness by going through the terrible things. And Inuit Eskimos pray to her when they're about to go fishing. They pray to her for a great harvest. And isn't it time for you and me to reap a great harvest around this time? So I want to identify my needed harvest at this time, and I want to manifest it. And to do that, deal with the messes and pressures that surround me. Let me help you. Wouldn't it be so great if each of us can work to identify and reap a harvest now? The harvest being to manage our stresses and messes better, the difficult karmas that are included in our life, and shine more with our full potential. So the key question I'd alert each of us to is this: can you sit down around this time and identify what are the key pressures in your life? Some of them current, some of them dating back to the time of your birth. Name them, write them down. Check out what progress you have made with them in the year so far, 2025, and write your points of progress down. That's so important. I personally use tarot and runes and shamanic journeying to develop insight into this stuff and to identify, hope for key ways of success. And then I do intention setting and weaving the intention in. What's your way? By the way, it's the winter solstice on the next day, and the winter solstice, as I said in my recent video, is the death of the old sun and the birth of the new sun. You can tie in your work with this new moon into your winter solstice work. And I've been, doing some of that already. I did a video about it. And I'm actually going to a Neolithic burial mound on a little mountain near here to do more work on the day of solstice. So do get an astrology reading from me for wonderful, super full, super deep astrological analysis of your karmas and life details and your year ahead. Go to my Star Wheel Astrology website to book that reading. The Star Wheel Astrology website link is shown just below this YouTube screen. And you can get a shamanic journey from me if that would help. You can go to my Druid Forest School website, if you want to book my various shamanic journeys. So wouldn't it be so wonderful not only to name the pressures you are in, but to identify how you can stand strong amid them at this time? What would you look like standing strong amid them at this time? How do they relate to the karmas you're born to work with in this lifetime? Secondly, dig down under the surface and find out what past life and present life experiences are hounding you now, and which of those experiences contain the seeds of strength for your spiritual awareness, if you can identify them and identify how to rise above them. Thirdly, identify what revolution you're really called to bring in at this time of great pressures. Can you dream bigger? Can you take your needed leap of faith? Can you become the fullness of you in this incarnation? Can you manifest more of your full potential now? As I said, the new moon's in Sagittarius, the sign of the archer. At the time, see where your arrows truly need to be aimed and see how they fly. Another key factor to know about in this time is that Saturn and Neptune have closing to form a conjunction together in Vedic Pisces. That conjunction becomes exact on the 20th of February 2026. Do watch out for my upcoming video about that and what we can do with it. And if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. It's called Michael Keneally, my name. And just a last key factor to know about, Chiron is conjunct Eris, the asteroid of strife at this time. It's a long-running conjunction that peaks for the final time on March the 19th. And Chiron is, of course, the energy of our existential wound. Eris brings extra irritation and pressure to that. But with the divine purpose that insights can surface about our wound, and with, of course, the divine, utterly important purpose to heal your wound. Chiron is the wounded healer. Let us embrace Chiron. Do see the video I filmed about the Chiron-Eris conjunction. It's in the Gandanta zone at the end of Vedic Pisces, and I set out a bit of what it's meant for me, and it's so helped me. I've really made great progress in working with it lately, and I published that video on the 30th of November, so do have a look. And as I said, you can enroll for an astrology reading from me. My readings really are so deep and wonderful, and their special feature is that they always deep dive into both your Vedic and your Western astrology. Vedic astrology is essentially based on our karmas and life purpose, our fate and destiny direction in this life. Whereas Western astrology is essentially more orientated to the nature of our emotionally based self and its unfoldment. And we need to know about both. It's just not enough to know, about only one of them. So I hope this video will provide you with help and methods, and that you'll feel motivated to do the work at the time of this new moon and the winter solstice following. Thank you.